Rooms were set up with food and TV screens to watch the returns. The reporters were there. It looked like your typical election night, but it wasn't. First of all, the St. Louis County Executive's race is not usually the main event. But Democrat Steve Stenger and Republican Rick Stream were in a tight race. And while off-year elections are often about who gets their voters to the polls, even that got a bit discombobulated. An example, a Democratic campaign worker outside a Pagedale polling place freely admitted that she didn't vote for one of the candidates on her pamphlet.
Yeah, that's what we're going for, Stream.
You are. All of this, of course, is part of the fallout of the shooting of Mike Brown in Ferguson back in August. A group of black elected officials, the Fannie Lou Hamer Coalition, withdrew their support from Stenger, not because he had anything to do with the handling of the Mike Brown case, but because he's a political ally of the county prosecutor, Bob McCullough. And so the man who was running unopposed for his own re-election became one of the most controversial figures on this year's ballot. How much do you think Ferguson is hanging over this election day?
It certainly has some impact on the election. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Anybody who would deny that, but how much of an impact, I don't know.
I do have a personal relationship with Bob McCullough, and I was asked to denounce him by multiple groups, one being the Fannie Lou Democrats, and I told them no, that's just not something I'm going to do, and I'm not someone who throws people under the bus that I've been friends with for political gain. It's just not something I'm going to do.
Some might argue that decision nearly cost him the election, but maybe this year any Democrat was going to have a tough time winning. And this race wasn't decided until the last ballots were counted. Stenger beat Stream by less than 2,000 votes.
Who have placed their confidence in me to turn our county around.
Even the victory party was crashed by Ferguson protesters.
I thought they would, probably show up. And, when I say it, I mean it honestly. It's not something that bothers me. It's something that it's part of our democracy.
We said we conduct a top-to-bottom audit of county government, and we will.
Before Ferguson, Stenger was talking mostly about better financial and administrative leadership, economic development, job growth, and he still is. But there's just so much attention on the Mike Brown case. And when the grand jury decides, Steve Stenger will not yet be in office. But undoubtedly there will still be plenty to deal with when he is.
There's a great deal of healing that has to go on in the county, and I'm prepared to begin that dialogue that's going to be necessary for that healing, and I'm very much prepared to take actions that I think are going to bring us along toward that healing.
For Stay Tuned, I'm Jim Kirchner.